Hi, I'm Jim Sanders. I went to a large indoor farmers market 10 days ago. The place was packed with shoppers and workers. There were 40 people in that little market, and of those 40 people, only 2 were wearing masks. I was one of the 2. Rather selfishly, I wondered, why am I wearing a mask to protect all these people from COVID-19 in case I'm asymptomatic, and yet they aren't affording me the same consideration? I've been thinking a lot about masks lately. Try this on for size. What would Jesus do when it comes to wearing a mask? Now there's a question. What would Jesus do when it comes to wearing a mask? When I remember Jesus was the same guy who touched people with leprosy, I know what he would do about masks. When I remember Jesus drew criticism because he kept hanging out with sick and downtrodden people, I know what he would do about masks. I guess I never thought of wearing a mask as a mark of following Jesus until now. Years ago, anthropologist Margaret Mead was asked by a student what she considered to be the first sign of civilization in a culture. The student expected Mead to say something like fish hooks or clay pots, but Mead said the first sign of civilization in an ancient culture was a femur, a thigh bone that had been broken and then healed. Mead explained that in the animal kingdom, if you break your leg, you die. If you break your leg, you cannot run from danger. You can't get to the river for a drink or hunt for food. No animal survives a broken leg long enough for the bone to heal. She said a broken femur that is healed is evidence that someone took the time to stay with the one who fell, bound up the wound, carried the person to safety, and tended to that person throughout the recovery. Helping someone else through difficulty is where civilization starts, Mead said. That's fascinating. In Romans 15:1, Paul writes, "Now we who are strong ought to bear the weaknesses of the weak and not to please ourselves." Maybe that's what this mask is, a sign of taking care of the weak, a sign of one part of the body of Christ bearing the weaknesses of another part of the body of Christ, a sign of a functioning and healthy civilization. Maybe wearing a mask is a fulfillment of Jesus' great command to love our neighbors as we love ourselves. I like that. Mask. That's a really good word for today.